Lock and load. Let's do this. Holding for Alpha. Holding for Bravo.
So this is the toughest mission I've yet to have to play in the Door Kickers game, and so I have to play it through so many times that it's actually well worth investing in extensive plans and go codes, because otherwise you end up having to draw it out so many times. And there's very large distances to traverse. We've first of all got this stable block entrance area of the house before we get to the main house, and it's best to do the whole thing with silenced weapons if you can. I've got a couple of point men that kind of go in, and I've given them HK-45 SD pistols. It gives it the punch that you need, and then they're not rifles. And everyone else has got what is it called? I think it's the honey badger. No, I beg your pardon. It's the M4. We've got big areas here. We can afford to take a full-size assault rifle with us, and we need the range. So let's just leap in now. We're coming in both doors at once, back door and front door. The timing kind of doesn't matter. With the silenced weapons, obviously you have to press the little button to make them fire, and that is sometimes not a good thing. Quite often it's not a good thing, because you just can't have your fingers everywhere. But we're just basically doing both at once here. You can take whichever door first for that room. And then I take one man up here. He's almost certain to get killed, but he'll take a couple with him. He's got away. If you just get in a couple of shots, you've got to try and run him away from that right-hand corner down there. And then maybe try and come behind this crate for some more. But again, these men are at high risk here. But what we're just doing is driving them back from this little area here. Meanwhile, our men are at the door here, waiting to open the door. I'm going to throw a little grenade up there just to, drive them back still further. It will alert some of the others down closer to the house. And now we just want to get men into sniping positions inside the room. I missed a target there because, again, I didn't get my finger on the thing in time. And open the doors and just start picking off who we can. And we have to run for the car at this point. We run for that yellow car. Very important. That is the stage. And I decided to continue straight on with my go codes and go straight from the yellow car all the way to the outbuildings and the wing of the house, the east wing. And he's working his way through the house there in the east wing, and we've also got ones working their way down the west side there. I think my man in the east wing has bought it, but we've got a spare man in there who's one of these ones from the side there. And they're both working their way through from each side now. We've got 51 seconds to save that hostage. It's very, very time sensitive, this. I've got a clear sight line because that door's been opened. And again, I didn't have time to press the button for that death there. And I'm just going to have to go running in with one man because it's just too much now. And I would say he was probably saved by a half second there. And I've lost a man in the other room. Need to pay attention to that because it means there's still a tango in the other room on the west there. We're going to see at least one more tango there, but there's actually another. And there he is. So now I realised that I had still a spare man down here, thank God, who did not have any plan. And what I decided to do before making a break for it is to just go round the back of the house and make absolutely sure there is no one that's going to shoot us in the back as we retreat, because that hostage will be behind me as we retreat. I can't defend him properly. So we very slowly, gingerly went round the back of the house, just checking for stragglers. Just a mop-up. A real mop-up job here.
On your mark.
I mean, I'm 90% sure there are tangos here. There could be one in this study here that's not been looked at all. So we went a bit careful around the glass
On
here,
target.
making sure we had our aim pointing the correct way.
In position.
And no tangos really to speak of.
In position.
So back we go the long way round, the same way we came. You can never be sure in a CT operation that any area that you have previously seen as clear is still clear, even seconds later. So we still have to go around with a bit of care,
On your mark.
just double,
In
triple
position.
checking everything. And we're coming back now around the house
contact.
to that corridor. It's nice to have a corridor to go through. It's a shame about the glass along it, but still, it's a corridor. The walls offer us a bit of protection. The corridor means they can only come at us one of two ways. Unlikely to come from behind now, since we've checked everything behind. And that's the point of that check.
Covering.
We need to make sure our 6 will be clear. And now we're just going to have to do some hopping from
position.
cover to cover, really, into this little house here.
No tango.
Not 100% sure the house is still clear,
On your
so
mark.
quickly checking inside it. And now make a run for that car, make a break for the car cover. As far as possible from the house to get the range working for us as well. Get into that cover. And now we simultaneously bring this man out with his gun
contact.
pointing towards any potential assailants as we come into the house.
Looks clear.
He can then take care of those for us. If anyone comes running out, we do this nice little crossover effect here. And we can be fairly sure that the outbuilding here, the gatehouse, is clear. There's not been any action down there, and we've had that little man sitting there the whole time at the back of it. So that's a good reason to leave a
You're
man
safe
behind.
now.
I did
Thank
it by
you.
mistake
Secured.
actually,
In
but
position.
a very good idea to have an ace in the hole there, sitting
On
back,
target.
who you don't use at all, especially for such a difficult mission. And now he's just going to work his way through the house. This man, this new man, he's fresh, he's not injured, and he's just going to go through and just double check again, because we don't want to be shot in the back. He's just double checking every room he goes through that there's no one going to be behind him. So the downstairs, we clear one floor at a time. With downstairs is now being cleared. It's not 100% possible to do it because there are 2 staircases in this house, as you will see. Here's the main staircase we're going to use, and there's the other one there with the red carpet. And as I opened this door, made a bit of a boo-boo. Wasn't thinking of the staircase as a room. Wasn't expecting there to be a tango on the staircase. I'm now also bringing the other man back now. So he's working his way back there across the yard, and we opened the door here. Took a couple of hits because I just didn't realise there'd be a tango on the staircase. And now my other man is going to make his way across the yard here. Let's go to double speed quickly. Here he comes. But we do now know,
On target.
provided no one's come down the other staircase, we now know that the ground floor of the house is completely
your
clear.
mark.
So it's time to take our 2 men up the stairs. No reason not to take them both up the same staircase. I think it's better to have... We've only got 2 men left. I think it's better to have them both on the same staircase.
On your mark.
Then they can defend any hallway in 2 directions at once.
On your
So,
mark.
bring the other man up.
Covering.
See the little flicker as he comes up. There we are. And now, just trying to cover every direction. As I said, this is why you need the 2 men to come up the same staircase. You can't do a 2-pronged attack
Covering.
because there's too many doorways, especially on the upstairs of a house. Didn't really check down that corridor as well thoroughly as I could have done. I just used the angle check there as enough. I've actually not got this far in this mission, so I don't at this point know what tangos are where. So we're using the looking device
Hostile in
under the door. We can see we've got a tango there and a hostage, and they're nicely spaced apart. The tango should be easy to take out, but before we do that, we want to check there's no tangos in the house, and we will try and kill them with silenced weapons if we can, because we don't want to alert that one.
hostile inside.
So we've got one there. So what I next did was I got my other man just to get a really good sight line on him.
Clear.
His back, he's looking to the side. He's unlikely to be able to stop a shot.
Position.
We'll get one back.
Tango down.
That's him taken out completely. Now, it's just a question of working our way through the other rooms before coming back to that hostage, I believe. I believe that the briefing tells you there's 2 hostages, so I was kind of assuming that was the other hostage. Weren't more that it hadn't predicted.
Hostile inside.
We've got another hostile in there. He's facing the door, so we're just going to go through the other rooms. Much easier. Get the drop on him. The bathroom's clear. The communal bathroom is clear. The shared bathroom. Got no one in there.
Tango.
Just using the looking device here
Hostile
to double check that he is facing that way, that he hasn't heard that shared bathroom door opening. Then our man here is going to hide in the corner and fling open the door.
Target in sight. Okay.
And in fact, he had his own, he wasn't round the corner enough to hide, so he actually had got his own shot on there.
Position.
Tango
Look
there.
clear. Affirmative. On Alpha.
So now we're getting ready with the
Alpha. Go.
grenade.
Flash out.
In it goes.
Tango down.
Tango down.
In position.
And it does appear that there are still tangos on this floor, so we're going to have to do some more door kicking. We're not leaving this area with that hostage until we have made absolutely sure there are no tangos on this floor.
In position.
In fact, I think I went up the left-hand staircase and appeared on the right-hand staircase. I think there was a glitch with the map. We should have come onto the end of the corridor. But anyway, interesting glitch at that. And now we've got one more tango here that I saw. I don't think there's a hostage in that bathroom. I can't remember if I actually got to find out.
Looks clear.
I believe there's only 2 hostages in this mission. But anyway, whether there's a hostage in the bathroom or not, we can throw a grenade from here, a fragment grenade, the rubber ball grenade, just to stun him enough,
Hostile inside.
and then take him out.
X-ray down.
And because there are no tangos left, that is the end of the mission. Don't need to return to the safe area. That means that we have killed all hostiles. And that is the hardest mission of Door Kickers that I've had to do.